Primax Medica. And I have the privilege to tell you a few words regarding our dog's bed and brand Magnetic Care that we have developed from the very scratch. So I will try to explain as full as I'm able to do this. And if you have any questions after that, please be so kind and send them to Vet Planet, so we can prepare all the answers properly, so you can have them listed in the form of questions and answers. Because there are a lot of materials, and sometimes all these questions are really complicated from the medical point of view. So that is why I think this form will be the best. So let me start from the short introduction. You got my note regarding myself. I'm managing director of the Primax Medica, and the pediatrician in the same time. So medical doctors. I will try to combine these two positions to give you the best information, which I'm able to do this. So let's start. First of all, a few words about ourselves. So about our firm. We have any issue that I'm not able to start the presentation. Okay, so we are, as I said, Primax Medica. We concentrate on the products for medicine, for the medical professionals, and there are more or less two fields. The first one, this is the products regarding all kind of magnetic use, and this is the part of our business which are the beds for the dogs. The second area that we are inventing really innovative solutions, they are cardiology. But this is right now not the topic of this presentation. We have our scientific board, which is very important for us. So you have this three representatives of this sort of our back office. So there are the men and many others with all the professors' titles, really experienced with more than 30 years of experience in the field of biophysics and medicine at the same time. And all of them are responsible for the looking for the new and innovative solutions, but at the same time they are responsible for giving the reasons that this what we do produce really can be useful and safety at the same time. So this is important that we are covered by the people with the medical experience, and we never ever produce anything which is not proved or verified from the medical point of view. This is really important for us. Healthier layer. This is the main topic of our meeting today. So this is how it looks like. I hope the majority of you already got the opportunity to see it. But anyhow, this is the concept how it looks like. We call it sofa. There is another type which is the mattress. You will see the difference. And this is the product that we are particularly proud of. Why this is so unique for us and for the consumers, first of all. So more or less we divided this added values in the two positions. The first one, first of all, this is not the normal dog's bed. This is very much important for us. This is the specialized one. Why? Because this is registered as the medical device. So this is very important for us. This has been registered as a medical device here in Poland, officially, with all the consequences regarding all the paperwork. This is also registered in our main office of the medical certification. So that is why it's registered with the medical device certification. But of course, there are all kind of everyday reasons to use it, which we tell you. So there are all these reasons here, more or less in details. So first of all, the everyday advantages, there are such things like removable cover, which is very much important with your animal. Easy cleaning, which is even more important, I think, and also the limited absorption of the material which is covered with. And first of all, we have the orthopedic insertion, which is inside, and that is something which can be the only reason to use it. But as you know, we not only have this orthopedic insertion, but much more, and this is something which is very much important. So what is the other medical aspect extra to this orthopedic insertion? So this is the system which we call the MMS therapy system, which consists, of course, of magnets, the neodymium magnets in our case. But as you can see, we have these two layers of the foam. The first layer on the foam, which are all these magnets are incorporated in, they are the visco foam layer. So this is the special type of the orthopedic foam. And this gives you this very unique possibility that it adapts to the shape of the body. So from the orthopedic point of view, this is the very important reason for the treatment. And below, this is the mattress foam, which is the extra adoption for the visco layer. So altogether, we got these three elements. First of all, these are the magnets in the MMS therapy system. Secondly, visco foam layer and the mattress foam. Going down, what's the added value of this MMS therapy? We'll tell you in details all of them, but you can have it in the sort of graphic, so you can more or less remember it or explain this to the client. But this is as easy as effective, so that's why it's important to give you the short information in the form of these graphics. And going one after the other. There are, of course, indications. There are, of course, core indications, because this is the medical device. This is very, very important that we have both of them. There's also safety information, which you have always on the leaflet, which is incorporated with the product. And going one by one. First of all, we got the two fields of activities which are very much important. The first one, this is, of course, prophylaxis. And in the prophylaxis, you can use it because it's good and safe. But even more important is for the dogs which are really active. So this is the field of activity of the post-workout regeneration, which give you something more than only the prophylaxis. And what are in details? So in the area of any kind of traumatic cases, we can see this. I'll give you the several reasons after that in the medical papers, that the system of these magnets, which we call MMS, give you this type of the effect. So first of all, the regeneration after any kind of trauma is simply much faster. Because this is the kind of the treatment to the tissues which are in a state of inflammation or any kind of damage itself. So the magnets and the field, which is the static field, give you this kind of the treatment, which give you simply this regeneration much faster and effective. And this is very much important. If you have just the pain, nevertheless the pain is just, but anyhow, just the pain can be much effectively and much faster relieved than if you compare just laying on the simply visco field. Because of course visco mattresses itself is very good from the orthopedic point of view, but added magnets give you much faster and better result for the pain. So this is something which we can observe when dogs simply lie on it, and after that repeat on the mattresses, just because of that, if they have, of course, any kind of pain. This is just the comfort. So the comfort of the visco layer, of course, but also of the magnet, and that is why we have such the effect that if the dog got a problem, which is very common, as we all know, that prefers rather to stay at the bed of the owner, So once you present to the sofa or mattress of magnetic air, you have the effect of I prefer to stay on my own bed. So this is something which convinces us that the comfort for the dog is much better. And of course for the seniors, for the older dogs, this is also something which give you the effect that simply the regeneration and any kind of pains are relieved much better, and that is why that they prefer to stay there. Going next. Yeah, so we have the health bed, orthopedic bed, or magnetic bed. This is something which all together give you such the result which I mentioned. And why? This is important because many our clients start asking questions immediately when they hear the word magnetic or magnetotherapy or static magnetic field. All of them sooner or later ask this question: do you have any really proof that this works? And yes, we have many hard proofs that it works, and which is quite funny. The last days give you the one of the best proof to us, because right now everybody talks about Mars. Yes, this planet Mars, and there is a very good reason for us to give you the such information that. As you know, in the mission of preparation for the last landing of the space probe to Mars, NASA have been sending a lot of probes before. One of them, MAVEN, gave us quite a unique information regarding why Mars looks like it looks now. So it's very much different than Earth. Because first of all, there is no any kind of climate or any kind of water and anything really around the planet, because all this atmosphere, which used to be exactly the same like in Earth, have been lost because of the because of the of the magnetic field, which have been lost by Mars a billion years ago. And that is one of the very good reasons to tell you why what could happen if we do not have the field of magnetic static or different. And here we have, first of all, the reason that if we do not have the field, the atmosphere of the planet cannot be protected by the field of the cytostatic electric field generated by the special bioreactor in the planet, and this is the best reason to give you the hard proof that this really works. How it's generated here in the Earth, it's important. So there is a so-called dynamo theory. So we have the inner core of the planet Earth, which is liquid all the time, and it rotates. And this is the reason that this magnetic field is the reason of this rotation motion of the inner core of the planet. And we have also the differences of this field, and several examples that here in Earth. We have any losses of the magnetic field, and we have also the reaction of the effects of that. So, for example, 200 years ago, such magnetic field of lost have been lost in the more or less 9%, and it's called automatically as the kind of anomaly. The biggest one is in the South Atlantic Ocean, and there is the reason why all the life is really in the big danger, and there are anomalies also for not for all the animals around, but also even for the humans who are traveling there. So it's important that we also observe this kind of reasons effects here in Earth. So magnetic field therapy, this is of course a kind of therapy which is very well known for many years. More or less it had been noted for the very first time in the time of Egyptian state. So it's as old as the Egypt it is. And basically we got two different kinds of the magnetic field, which is first one is alternating. The second one is static. I think alternating magnetic field is much more commonly known, especially in medicine, because many physiotherapists use it on the everyday common use. But static field, it's important to know that it's much more safer. And it's much easier to generate for the reason that we really need it. Of course, it's very important to say that the static magnetic field must be used exactly how it's designed. So it's nice with the static magnetic field, as you can see with this green button here, that with this level we can only have the effective type of the treatment with this static magnetic field. So it means that if this is with a different position, because it must be positioned somewhere in the plane or the 3 dimensions figure. So if it's used properly, it's active only there when it's active. So this is the very important thing, that it cannot be inactive in any other place in the 3-dimension field. If we, of course, design properly the system of the magnets and the field which is around. And this can be done quite easily, because there are a lot of exercises which confirm how it works. So basically, I think the magnet, everybody of you got the opportunity to see before. But anyhow, you can see the field which is generated from the North Pole to the South Pole. So we can measure this. We can describe exactly where in the 3-dimension platform the field exists and where does it exist. So this is something which is very much controlled and checked and verified, that we don't have this field, this magnetic static field, everywhere. So this is exactly where we want it to have it, and this is very much important reason to use it. We got a lot of type of exercises and magnetic papers that we verified the different systems. So you can, here you have on the graph 3 system that we used in previously, or we use even now, and we are checking exactly how the field is created, where the field is active, and where exactly in the field and 3 dimensions we can use it. So that is something which is again very much confirmed. And it's safe. This is very much important information, that this is completely safe, because as you can see, there is a paper, there is a environmental health criteria which is commonly published. You can find it everywhere in the internet, and not only in the official EU documents, for example. And there are more or less 3 groups of the field generators, which are in the 3 compartments, 3 groups, and all our systems, which we use, MMS systems, they are in the middle group, which is 200 millitesla. With Tesla below you have the full explanation what it is. So as you can see in MMS, which we produce and which we add to the beds, we are talking only about 200 millitesla. So we are exactly in the group which is acceptable with it 8 hours. So that is why we explain that we advise that 8 hours, this is the time which should be taken into consideration to use it. But of course, this is only to follow exactly the rules, which are very strict. So it's not like that if you continue up to 8 hours, this is something which can be harmful, because still this 200 millitesla, this is very, very safe to any type of the life form. It's also important because we got a lot of questions regarding, for example, microchips, because microchips, as we all know, are commonly used for dogs. So the paper, which you can see yourself in the PubMed, which is the biggest medical kind of library online. There are the papers which have been verified that this range of Tesla 0.5 and even high 3 Tesla cannot really erase any kind of data which are stored on the microchips. So that is why this is the very good hard proof that if you lie the dog on the bed with magnets, there is nothing really harmful for the microchips which are inside. Okay, and right now the few pictures how we really know that the field, this magnetic field, which are generated by the MMS system magnets, are exactly in the place in 3 dimensions area where we know. So you have the very good example. On the left, you got something which are taken from the real life. This is the exercise. There is a special liquid with magnetize, and just this is a very simple exercise. You put the MMS system generator below this tray, where you have this this magnetic fluid. On the right, you got something which we calculated on as the theoretic result. So as you can see, both of them are exactly the same. So this gives you the hard proof that this what we are saying about is really true. How it's generated in the real life. So you can see that there is some MMS system behind. So there is no result at all. Because this is simply too deep, too far from this magnetic liquid. This is just the beginning, so you can see that the beginning of the action, and the final result is, as I can see earlier. So you can see how we treat it and how we check that everything is really okay. So how it works on the cell, because you should be informed that the real action of the MMS system, or the magnets generating the static field, is on the cell level. So on the cell level, there are a lot of type of the activity which is associated first of all with the magnetic charges, and these magnetic charges which are accumulated by ions which are in the cell or in the liquids are more or less combined with both the membrane of the cell, and in the same time of the channels in the membrane, which as you hopefully remember from your school, are responsible for a lot of kind of biochemical type of the reaction of the cell. So this field, this static magnetic field, have the association with both of them, and with all the ions, and also with the liquids, which is even more important. So as you can see, this is a very simple picture. When we got the field which is associated with the ions in the cell, of course, this is not something which is which do not have any kind of association both with the water and both with the ions. So because there is a field, ions and molecules of water are more or less associated in the right way. So we call it this is the homeostasis of the right weight. So this is more or less regeneration to the state of the cell, which is the stable state of the cell without any changes caused by any kind of process like inflammatory, for example, or the pain, or any activity which are associated with any kind of hormones or any kind of other chemical substances which can give you the different state of the cell. So field, the static field, associate with the cell to help them, to help it or them to back to the status, which is the regular status of the cell. So this is the most of the importance of the activity of the field. And if we have any kind of water molecules, and if we have any kind of any other molecules, like we have here calcium dicarbonate or magnesium dicarbonate, so all kind of these molecules, which are very much important for ions in the cell and around the cell, because, for example, water is, as you can see, more better absorbable or not if we have less these two compounds in the water. So exactly the same is in the cell. So if we have the field which can regulate the position of the ions and give them the free passage also in the membrane or in the channel membrane. So this give you at the end of the day the positive result for the cell. And the same is as the consequence, for example, with the blood. So regularly, if we have any problem with the pain or with the inflammation, you know that more or less we have the aggregation of the erythrocytes. First of all, erythrocytes, also the white cells of the blood. So there are a lot of papers giving us the hard proof examples that with the magnets and with the proper static magnetic field, we can unique this type of the aggregation of the cells, which give us anti-inflammatory or anti-pain at the same time result. So this is the very much important type of the activity of the static field, which we use for many years, and also which is well known from the time of Egypt, as I ancient Egypt, as I already mentioned. Of course, this gives us the pain relief effect also, because as you know that the signal which is transported by the nerve cells through the dendrites or neurites are transported using ions and all this electrical type of the signal. So if we have it any problem like the pain can be stopped, because the field of the static magnetic field can again stop this neural electrical signal and again put these ions in the natural status, which is more or less the natural status of the cell, nerve cell or any other cells around, but first of all also regarding the transportation of the signal. So this is the mechanism how the pain can be stopped. And yes, as I mentioned already, we got a lot of indications regarding the medical type of the treatment for the physical medicine of the static magnetic field. And there are many influences, like for example, this is the picture of the before and after when we got the magnesium or calcium decarbonated on the left in the solid forms, and on the right when it is dissolved. So there is a more or less normal or much more normal water after the activity of the static magnetic field, and this is exactly the result which we also have in the cell. So that is why this normalization effect of the static magnetic field on the cell level is taken from this type of the example as well. The same when we see the aspect of the free radicals. As we both know, free radicals are very dangerous from the many point of view. The most dangerous result of the free radical activity, this is of course cancer. So the constant magnetic field also, the static magnetic field can reduce these free radicals from the cell. And you can see the significant result is just after 5 to 15 minutes. So this is also the reason why we have any inflammation or we have any other process. These free radicals are present in the body in more or less all kind of disease actions. So this free radicals elimination regarding the static field also was this very good result because of that. Here we have very interesting effect. So we have the stroke volume of the heart. We all know that this stroke volume of the heart is the very important factor regarding any kind of, not only the openly the heart diseases, but also this is important factor regarding any post-traumatic moment or any kind of trauma itself. So if the stroke volume heart can rapidly go up to the moment which is normal, or simply is higher, or as you can see on the green graph here, is going down much later than the normally, when it is not used as the field. So we have these two moments which are important for us. So much longer the stroke volume of the heart is in the acceptable level, and also much earlier we can have also the restoration to the previous status. Here we have that's in Polish only, sorry. So we have pulse rate on the right, on the left, and we have the blood pressure on the right. So again, green, this is after the usage of the static magnetic field. So you can see in the post-exercise restitution again the pulse rate, and in the same time the blood pressure is much faster in the position which is much better for the organisms. So of course we got more of them, but there are just a few to give you the impact for this, which can be important for the for our dogs. Okay, and just the brief list. I just give you the brief list of these medical papers. A lot of them, of course, are in Polish, but right now we're working on that they can be also in English. So give you the very good examples which can be used from the medical point of view. But of course, we are at your service to give you the answers if you have any. Okay, let's go to some sales reasons why our beds can be popular for the clients and for the pets. So first of all, there are a lot of questions starting from the scratch, from the very basic question: is this for my dog? Because sometimes if this is very pure indication that this is just the health bed, so the question is if this health bed is already for my dog. So the answer is absolutely positive, sure, because this magnetic field is for all dogs, because this is not only the question regarding the restoration of the health, but this is simply the question of how all these magnets and all these compartments are consisted of the bed can be helpful for the better comfort, for the everyday comfort, and for the regeneration after any kind of exercise for all dogs. So first of all, this type of the beds are really for all kind of dogs. Doesn't matter what is really the status of the dog currently. And it's important to say that to understand who is our customer, because the customer got more or less two parts of the understanding of the problem, and two reasons of why they are interested in our pets. The first one, of course, is quite natural. This is the health reasons. and they are looking for the how to really helpful, be more helpful, how to help the dog in the process of the treatment. And this is the health reasons, of course, which I think mentioned a lot, so it's not really will to repeat them. The second one, this is the aesthetic qualities. So it's of course quite simple that I say that our beds are simply nice and with a good quality. But of course, this is important that all the owners that are looking for the beds which are in the right color, in the right size, with a very good quality, and for the reasons which are the everyday reasons, which are very much important for them. But there are more or less these two parts which are giving us the customers. And of course, there are a lot of customers which are at the beginning, at least, not really interested on the health reasons, but they are much more interested in the aesthetic qualities. But finally, they find out, of course, that there is added value with the health reasons, so they are even more happy about it. And if we have all of them, if we talk a lot about these health values, which I already mentioned, if we add to this aesthetic values, so at the end of the day, we have all these utility values, and this is the result that they really buy it. Of course, here we talk about the dogs, but it's not only for the dogs. It can be for the cats. It can be for any kind of animal which you can keep it at home. But of course, the biggest group which we are selling right now, they are for the dogs. So that is why we talk mainly about the dogs right now. Yeah, it's from our experience, it's important to say that we can use the reasons from these both groups all the time. So we have to understand if the owner right now concentrates just on the health values and talk all of them, or about the aesthetic values, and in the same time we can talk about them and of course describe the everyday usage. But of course, it's important that we know both of them, and we can simply navigate from one reason to the other. No, sales arguments which we produce. You can have them here, but of course you can find them yourself because they are quite obvious. But anyhow, you have it just on the plate, so we are very welcome for you to use it if this is this can be absolutely useful for you as well. Of course, our advantage, our added value always is first of all this therapeutic aspect. But as I said before, these aesthetic advantages are sometimes at the beginning very much important, or even more important. Yeah, it's hard to say that not everybody really heard, not all the veterinary doctors really heard before about the static magnetic field. However, there are several fields in zoological industry which is where this information is commonly known. And I think that the most important for the part of the zoological industry is the magnetic blankets for horses, because after all kind of races, these blankets could be useful, or are useful for many years. So that is something which we discover maybe in the dogs industry, but in the horse races, there are something which is really commonly used. Okay. Objections and doubts that are always in the sales process. So that is something which we use also. This is of course the normal part of the sales training. So it's very good to know it. So first of all, I think that the most common question is if this really safe. So that is something which always sooner or later you can find it as the question asked by the client. It's important to say that that is something which is first of all very well verified. So this is safe. As I mentioned before, there are 3 groups in the European papers of the application which can be used, and we are exactly in the middle. And this is very much important to say that there is no possibility that the field can accumulate in the body. This is very much important because it's quite logical where the dog can stay in the bed all the night, and at the same time we very openly declare that 8 hours. This is something what we think is the best effect at especially at the beginning of the treatment. So there is no possibility that if the dog can stay longer, there is no possibility that the field can be accumulated in the body. So this is very much important, and it's not easy to explain at the beginning. But once the client can understand this, you can go further, and everybody is happy to use it. I can have the question right now. Is there the same technology for humans? Yes, definitely. This is the same type of the technology for the humans. Previously, before we came into the beds for the dogs or for the animals, we have been active. We are active in the field of the medicine and on the treatment for the humans. Okay, so there are more or less these questions, which are very often can be used in the process of cell, and of course we have to answer them one after the other. So the question is it really safe? So I think answered that. Can my dog use them if they have no complaints? Of course, yes, because the regeneration after the exercise is much faster and nicer and more effective, for example. So this is a very good use. Can a puppy use it? Yes, because it's completely safe. Can they be used as a normal bed? Absolutely, yes. It's comfortable. It's very good in the everyday day. It's easy to wash it. So yes, why not? And from the medical point of view, of course, it's safe to use it normally all the time. Can they be used in animals suffering from cancer? So I give you several information regarding that. But of course, we advise that if there is the open cancer case, we advise that this can be used very shortly, or it cannot be used at the very beginning, because the dog must be observed. And it's very hard to find out the medical papers which give you the very 100% answer for this question. But of course, it's safe and it cannot be accumulated. And I give you several examples that because of the free parcels, which are very much often present during any kind of cancer case as well, the elimination of these free parcels can be also very much useful. What size it should be choose? Providing the decision, of course, is exactly the same like any other bed. So I think that you perfectly know how the size can be taken into consideration. Okay, how to talk about the static magnetic field? This is something which always give you the question how I should react. So first of all, we are trying to tell exactly about this, which are only scientific. So we are not trying to find out the answers if we do not have the proofs, or we do not have the proofs on the cell level. So that is why we are not trying to find out the answer if we don't know. Simply we say that we don't know, or we can come back later if this is possible, because if this is the process, just if the cells is just right here, we never ever use the answers which are not perfectly sure. So that is why Of course, we have the clinical evaluation and safety analysis, which is the part of the paper regarding the registration process, because as I mentioned before, this is a medical device officially registered. So that is why we had to prepare the clinical evaluation and safety analysis. And the best type of the answers are taken from this paper simply. So that is why we use them. Okay, few opinions from our customers. We just selected part of them. They are very different, and they are very different approach. Some of them are interested because this is, for example, Polish product or European product, whatever you call it, and practical for washing. And some of them, I think majority of them, sooner or later discovered that there is any medical kind of activity behind, which can be very, very, very much important. And some of the dogs are definitely in the much better shape after using it. We are just taking this from our Facebook, and there are tons of that right now. So these give us the best source of the information that this really works. Yeah, some photos also that you can see that there are different animals, the different dogs, different shapes, and more of them. All of them are associated with one condition. All of them are happy. Yeah, this is more or less like thank you. I can give you also the probe of the questions, because there are a lot of questions, and I can see here again I have, of course, here with the chat all your questions. As I mentioned at the very beginning, all these questions that you have, will notice them and will give you the answers back, simply preparing the right answer, because there are a lot of questions right now and I'm not able to answer all of them. But just the last one is, can you repeat the effect of the microchips? Yeah, I can repeat, because they're in this presentation. So again, this static field have been so safe, and that even much stronger static magnetic field cannot really erase the microchips with the data of the dog. So that is why this magnetic field is perfectly safe. And also all the other questions, again, if we got here, we can be back to you, and we can give you the all the answers, if we can if we were able to do this, because sometimes there are the questions which we are not also able to answer. So if there are the questions that we cannot have the proof, we're not trying to find out our own answers, which are not really safe with the good proofs. But here you can have the questions regarding the epilepsy. Yeah, there are a lot of questions regarding the titanium stainless steel plates, so that is also the answer. A lot of questions are regarding the cardiovascular diseases, so we are trying to answer them. Yeah, a lot of questions are also about if we can add the extra layer of the blanket, so you can have I think the very clear answer. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, more or less we came to the end. There are 49 minutes right now. So I think thank you very much for your time that you spent with us. And again, if you have any questions which we can answer, we'll be very happy to answer them. And I hope that maybe if you are interested in, this is not our last meeting, but we are open to organize the next webinars, mainly concentrate or focus on your questions. So again, thank you very much, and hope to see you back. Bye bye.